Let's talk Womentalk.
Today we meet a young woman who has never let any perceived limits stop her from pursuing her best. Watch this unsung heroine here on our Womentalk SG Care series.
Hi, I'm Sophie Soon. I'm a para-athlete, I'm a violinist, I'm a student, but most of all, I'm a person. Choroid dystrophy is something that I was born with, and I've been marked legally blind since I was 11. However, I do still have some sight. I can walk around comfortably, sometimes without a white cane, when it's indoors away from sunlight, as sunlight is not so good for my vision. I don't see as well in sunlight as I do indoors or at night. I set goals for myself for everything that I do. For example, one of the goals I have is definitely making it to a Paralympics. One day I want to be a Paralympian. Being the only female visually impaired swimmer at the moment, it can have its drawbacks sometimes, like I do not have competition. Currently for me right now, it's either I have myself or I have the world. And it can get quite intimidating sometimes because I do have to set very high standards for what I train for, and especially swimming can get very pressurizing because it's not like I have stepping stones, it's just one big leap. I take it step by step. I really just want to be able to swim in a regular environment. And what I like about swimming is that because you're in a different medium, it feels like you're almost in a different world. And what I like about the pool is that it's very structured. My parents have a very strong influence in my life, especially my mum. I think the fact that I have a visual impairment, she pushes me even more because she knows that there will be society standards and there will be things that I will be limited to, and I think what's the most scary thing is that there will be perceived limits. A lot of times people would assume that being visually impaired is my main challenge because there are a lot of physical attributes that I am unable to do that most people can do. Like I feel judged every time I take out a cane. Is my own personal struggle as having someone with many insecurities, and I have a lot of anxieties, and with that you will have to push yourself. It may be a bit uncomfortable sometimes, you may feel a bit uneasy, but at the end of it, I don't think there's anything I've regretted doing. I started violin before I started competitive swimming. How I play an entire score for music is my teacher would play probably about a bar or two, and then I will imitate him. I'll play a bar or two because I do not read scores. So I'll take on that bit to play and practice to make sure that I really memorized it. I can use the values that I learned in music for swimming and vice versa. And I think the most important value that I've learned in both of them is wanting the best for yourself and having confidence and wanting to push yourself to do more than what you are currently doing. If there's anything I want to say to people who set expectations for people with disabilities, is that we are just people. Part of being a person is that you have your own individual flaws. It just so happens that a person with disability has flaws more apparent than someone without. To children and people with special needs, I think there's a lot more to what you can do. There's so much perceived limits that you have set for yourself and other people have set for you. There's nothing wrong with pushing yourself and trying to do more. Empowerment to me is believing in yourself, believing that you set your limits and knowing that you can break through those limits, and not being afraid to be wanting the best for yourself.